Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and it's match day 18 in Liga, and it is really, quite hard to predict what's gonna happen. Still, we came back after the Christmas break last weekend, but the majority of the results was quite shocking, if I'm being very honest with you. And the way the league is going, it's quite hard to predict. I mean, the bottom seven clubs, the difference between them is just 10 points. Then you take from the third till the 11th position, the 9 teams. Between them is just a 9 point difference as well. 11 teams, sorry, it's just a 9 point difference as well. So it is really, really tight. I think that the title, it is going to be PSG and Marseille. If I'm being very honest with you, they're sort of starting to get away from rest of the gang, and I think the title charge is going to be between them. PSG have a 7 point difference, but I still think Marseille could go ahead and catch them. So let's go ahead and make our predictions for this weekend. The first game, it is Montpellier versus Monaco. It is 18th versus 3rd. Montpellier, they have lost 3 out of their last 5 games. They are winless in their last 5 games as well. Monaco, on the other hand, they are not playing that good, just one win in their last 5 games as well. They drew last weekend as well. They are going away to Montpellier. On paper it seems like a really easy win for Monaco, but their form has not been that good. But I still think that they are gonna get over the line. Montpellier are all over the place. If I'm being very honest with you, I think they might go ahead. They might be one of those teams that really actually get relegated. It is very, very tight, but of all the teams that are at the bottom, I see some sort of fight from them, but I just don't see anything of that sort from Montpellier. So I think they are gonna get relegated. And I think they are going to lose this game. I think it will not be an easy game. It will be a tough game. So I'm going for a 2-1 win for Monaco. Then it's a big game. It's Lille versus Nice. It's 5th versus 4th. Both these teams are fighting for that Champions League place. And both these teams have been quite good, but they in the recent forms they have not won that many games. That has been the problem. Majority of their games have been draws, and that is why the league is so tight, because majority of the games are ending in their draws. And I think this is gonna go the same way as well. But I think it's going to be quite an entertaining and interesting game as well, if I'm being very honest. I think there are going to be goals, and we're going to get a lot of fun from this game. I'm going for a 2-all draw between Lille and Nice. Moving on, it's Lens versus PSG. Now, Lens are one of those teams which I really think can, stop PSG's momentum. PSG have won 3 on the trot, but 2 of those wins came before the Christmas break. They won over the week last weekend as well. Lens, on the other hand, they won as well. They have 3 wins in the last 5 games, and they are, as I said, they are one of those teams that can, really stop PSG's momentum. And I genuinely think it is going to happen this weekend as well. I think it will be a very, very close game. It's going to be a hard-fought game, but we're not gonna get a winner out of it. I'm going for a 1-all draw between Lens and PSG. Up next, it's Rennes versus Brest. It is 14th versus 11th. Now, both these teams are like one of the most two of the most inconsistent teams of the league. But the thing is, Brest have somehow won a couple of more games than Rennes, and that is why they are ahead at the moment. Rennes are really close to that relegation, a relegation promotion playoff places. They're just 1 point difference between them and the teams below them, so they need to be really careful. I think this game could go either way. It is like for me in Liga this weekend. This is going to be one of the hardest games to predict because Brest, they were amazing last weekend. They won an important game last weekend, but it's so inconsistent. As I say, they have been so inconsistent. In the last 5 games, Rennes have won twice and lost 3 times. The Brest have won 3 times and lost 2 times. So like 1 week they are really good, and the following week they are really bad. But I just think somehow, someway, I think Brest, I don't know why, I have a feeling that for me, the safe thing would be to sit on the fence and go with a draw. But I don't have just a sneaky feeling that Brest are gonna go ahead and get the job done in this game as well. I think it will be a very close game, and I think Brest are gonna win, but it's going to be a very cheeky 1-0 win for Brest. The next game is Lyon versus Toulouse. It's 6th versus 8th. Now Lyon know that 2 of their rivals are gonna play in Nice and Lille. They are just again 1 point behind Lille and 2 points behind Nice, so they know how important that game is gonna be. And if my prediction comes true, which I have gone for a draw, they are going to look at this game against Toulouse, who are themselves trying to get into those European places, not for the Champions League places, but I think they have an eye on one of those European places, and I think they are going to look at this game and they know how important this game is. But Lyon being playing at home and with everything that is going to go around them, I think they are going to look at this game. They're going to somehow make sure that they get the win. I think it will be a very, very close game, but I think somehow, some way, Lyon are going to win it, and in the end, it is going to be it become comfortable. I think it will be a very, very tight game. Lyon are going to, and I'm going for a 2-0 win for Lyon. But I think Lyon they are going to score very late, and it becomes 1-0, and then Toulouse are going to throw the kitchen sink at it, trying to get the equalizer, and in that because of that, they are going to leave a lot of places behind, and I think Lyon are going to capitalize and get that second goal. My prediction, 2-0 win for Lyon. Then it's Saint Etienne versus Mons. It's a massive, massive game. It's 15th, 16th versus 15th. Both these teams are on the same number of points, but Saint Etienne are in that relegation promotion playoff just on the basis of goal difference. So you know how important that game is. They both of them have been quite terrible, if I'm being very honest with you. Especially Nantes. I mean, they have been the disappointing team of this season in Liga. Nobody really expected them to do that good, but nobody expected them to be so poor. And unfortunately for them, they are continue to going down that road, if I'm being very honest with you. And I think it is going to happen in this game as well. Saint Etienne being the home side, I think when Saint Etienne play their home games, they are much more confident, and they are more likely to get a result, especially against a struggling team like Nantes. I think they are going to get the result, and they're going to get out of that relegation promotion playoff place, and they're going to put Nantes in that place. And I think it will be an easy win as well. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Saint Etienne. Moving on, it's the the two teams that came up into the league Liga this season. It is Angers versus Auxerre. It is 14th versus 10th now. Auxerre a month ago, surprisingly, they were in those in the European places. They were fighting to get into the Europe, but the last month has been quite bad. 3 draws and 2 defeats has put them right back at the 10th place. But I still think they are going to be really happy with the way that they have played. Coming up into the league Liga. Angers, on the other hand, same situation. They started really, really slow, but they're starting to get up the wins. 3 wins out of the last 5 games, so they're starting to get away from that relegation scrap. They're still in it, but they have an outside chance of getting relegated as well. But they're trying to get away from the bottom teams as quickly as possible. I think this is going to be quite an interesting game. Both these teams like to go hard, like to play attacking football, and I think it's going to be quite an entertaining game filled with goals. But I just don't see a winner in this game, if I'm being very honest with you. I'm going for a 2-all draw between Angers and Auxerre. Up next, it's Rams versus Liège. It is 15th versus 17th. Now, Rams, they are they are the type of teams or type of team who have been quite inconsistent. I mean, out of the 17 games, it's 5 draws, 5 wins, and 7 defeats. So they have been really, really inconsistent. They have not won a single game in the last month as well. They are playing against a Liège side who are all over the place. They have not drawn a single game out of the possible 17 games. But they have just won 4 times, and there have been 13 defeats in that, and that is why they are at the 17th position. They were one of my favorite teams at the start of the season, because they were quite exciting, quite entertaining, and their games are still quite entertaining. But they need to really understand that if they want to stay in the league, they need to somehow control those entertaining games. They need to make sure they win that game. But I don't think it is going to happen in this game as well. I think this might be one of those games where they actually go ahead and get a draw. But looking at their record, I think it's going to be quite hard. But I'm going for a draw. This game screams of a draw, if I'm being very honest with you. And I think it will be an entertaining draw. There might not be that many goals in this game, but I still think it's going to be a draw. And I really, really hope for Liège's sake that they get a draw. They need a point from somewhere, because at the moment it has been a terrible run of form for them. I'm going for a 1-all draw between Reims and Liège. And the last game of this weekend is Marseille versus Strasbourg. It is 2nd versus 9th. It is quite a big game, if I'm being very honest with you. Both these teams are in a good form as well. Strasbourg, they are on a 3-game winning streak. They have not lost their last 4 games. Marseille, on the other hand, they have won 4 out of their last 5 games. They are undefeated in their last 5 games as well. So I think both these teams are coming in this game with quite a good form as well. And if, as I said, if my prediction for that PSG game goes right and it ends up in a draw, Marseille, know there's going to be a big chance for them to get closer to PSG even more. They are now 7 points behind them, so there could be a big chance if PSG draw their game and Marseille win their game, that lead cuts down to 5 points. So I think Marseille is gonna have that. Even if PSG win that game, Marseille needs to win this game if they want to stay in the title challenge. if Marseille drop points here and PSG win, I think it could be cutted for that title challenge. But I still think Marseille are going to get the job done. Strasbourg have been really good in the last month or so, but and I think they are going to give Marseille a really tough time. But I think in the end Marseille are going to nick it. It will be quite entertaining and quite exciting as well. I'm going for a 3-2 win for Marseille. And with that, my predictions for match day 18 in Ligue is completed. Let me know what you guys think of my predictions. We'll see how many of them are right and how many of them are wrong at the end of the weekend. But I expect quite an exciting and interesting weekend, if I'm being very honest with you. Let me know what you think of my predictions in the comment section below, and make your predictions as well. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers as quickly as possible. So please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.